Let's clear this map and do Metamorph afterwards, I guess. Okay, now we're trying to find the Legionnaires, which they should be over here. And they should all die. Very nice.
Impure death! There's too many of them! Make way!
What is up, guys? This is Neocrown playing Path of Exile 3.9 Metamorph League, and I am on my Slayer Hand of Wisdom in Action character. And it's been a blast leveling this character. A lot of damage with the intelligence stacking, and the clear is insane as well. Originally I wanted to utilize the new Crusader mods to get the intelligence stacking with the chest, but I found that Impulsor does a lot of work with the clear and also the shock effect. So I'm sticking with the 5-link impulsors at the moment. So the sense of the build utilizes a few uniques, which are pretty much core to the build. The first one is the Hand of Wisdom in Action, which is your main weapon. As you can see, you get lightning damage to attacks as you stack intelligence. So at the moment I'm at 1.182, and if I put my chest on here, which is the main plan, I get 1.3k, and I get life as well. The reason why I get life from stacking intelligence is because of this helmet. So strength no longer provides bonus to life, but intelligence does instead. So for every 2 intelligence you get life. So this is equivalent to a Calm's chest, like a Calm's chest. So as you can see, if I take this off, I get 4,500 health, but if I put this on, I get more than 1,000 health just from the helmet itself. And it can be better because I can stack intelligence, I can corrupt it, and I can get energy shield. The other mechanic with the helmet is that I get life regen per 500 maximum energy shield. So at the moment I get 2% life regen because I have 1k energy shield. The reason I have less is because I'm also a acrobatics and phase acro character, so I get 30% less energy shield. This is a defensive mechanic that I'm utilizing alongside a brutal restraint timeless jewel, which gives me the wind dancer. So this is a part of the reason why I'm tanky, and with being a slayer I can leech while I'm dodging and evading hits. Okay, so that's sort of the core mechanic of the build. The others is just simply stacking intelligence. So I got my ring with intelligence at least 50. This one can be upgraded to a better one with 50 intelligence. This is best in slot. I've been trying to craft an amulet with the mod increased damage by intelligence like this one, but I haven't gotten the proper rolls on it yet. This one's pretty good, but it's only for an ES character, so it has 35 energy shield on there. I could have crafted life, but then I would reduce in the amount of intelligence and other stats that I get from it. So I'm selling this one off and I'm trying to craft a different one. But at the moment, Astra Mantis is best in slot. I get a lot of damage from this. Cyclopean Coil is also best in slot for the belt. As you can see, at the top there's a quality modifier. This is because of catalysts in this league. There are catalysts that you can use on your ring, amulet and belts, which increases the attribute bonus. So instead of getting 15%, I'm getting 18%. So 3 extra percent from the catalyst, and this applies to rings as well. So if you can see, I'm originally on 51, but after the catalyst I'm at 55 now, and this one originally 93, and I'm at whopping 111 to all attributes, and it also applies to the implicit as well. So that's why I'm getting a lot of intelligence from all my jewelry and all my slots here. Apart from that, I'm running a few flasks which enable the build, Wise Oak, and yes, my lightning resistance is the highest, so I can penetrate lightning resistance there. This one's converting damage to chaos, so you get a bit more damage, and of course also the leech is important. And this was just some life regen on top of the leech, and life gain on hit mechanic. So with the claws we get 46 life for each enemy hit by attacks. This doesn't really apply to the energy shield version, but that's why I'm going life base, Hand of Wisdom in action. In the tree, in terms of leveling, I simply took the nodes here, finished this off, so this cluster here. Secondly, I went up here and took the life nodes here, and then you start taking damage nodes. This one's the penetration, and then you get your claw nodes here, life, and if you want it to be defensive in the early game you can get acro and phase acro, but I simply went up here to get more life, and then another cluster of damage nodes here. And then if you already have most of your equipment ready, which is by level 68 you can equip all your equipment. 68 is the threshold for most of these items. Some of them are obviously higher, but 68 is the key point threshold where you can start doing a lot of damage and start mapping really effectively. Then you can stack your intelligence here, and then obviously more life. This is also an elemental overload build, so you get 40% more damage if you crit recently, and then I'm speccing into more life. And at the end of the day, with the POB at level 91, with all my items, I'll be at 7.2k health, a lot of life leech, a lot of life regen, and also life gain on hit, and also dodge and evasion. So this is a really good character to tank Metamorphs. I've tanked Metamorphs pretty effectively up until this point. In terms of leveling gear, I've got a showcase here. What I initially used for the early levels is just using Worm Smote, Black Heart, Iron Rings, and the Karui Ward, with maybe a bow skill. I used Ice Shot to level up, but you can use anything basically. Once you're level 22, that's when the fun begins. You can equip your Hand of Thought and Motion. I've got some videos that can showcase the leveling action in process using just these items. A tabular is of course needed, and the links haven't really changed. I still went with add a lightning damage, ally damage with attacks, multi-strike, damage on full life, and lightning strike, obviously the main build, and then the other 6 slot can be a elemental focus or lightning penetration. Astra Mantis you can equip since level 1, that's pretty good, and I have mine with the anointed Holy Dominion. Okay, Holy Dominion, because I need some elemental resistances which I can't afford to spare at the moment. Once I have my final gear, I can actually spec out this one. Just simply level it up normally and then anoint a different node which can bring up more impacts, like such as this one here, Primeval Force, or more life if I'm looking to get it. So that's the equipment. For chests, as I mentioned, I was initially going for this. The best one would be Intelligence, and then if I can slam a different chest with the Crusader's Exalted Orb, I can get the one that says enemies you kill explode, dealing percentage of their life as physical damage. So that would serve as similar to Impulsors, but at the moment Impulsors is unrivaled. I have only one source of pierce, which is my gloves here. I could get the enchantment, Lightning Strike pierces 2 or 3 additional targets, but if you're finding that you're not clearing well, you don't have Impulsors, simply spec 3 points into piercing shots and you can simply clear the pact without any problems. As I mentioned earlier, we are a melee build but also a ranged build because of the Lightning Strike mechanic. At the same time, it's also a strike skill, so you can perhaps think about anointing the node Tribal Fury, which means your strike skills hit a different target, or you can also get it from a pair of Hunter gloves, which are eye level 85, so I'm also trying to craft. So this is more towards end game, those who are interested in bumping up the damage. So a pair of Hunter influence gloves, eye level 85. This one's not it. You can get the special mod that says strike skills hit additional target, so that's like a more multiplier. I'm not sure if it hits the same boss target twice, but that's so far that's how it is, right? And with the rings, I mentioned in early intelligence, life, and etc. So I'll showcase the build in action. Let's do Syndicate. We're almost close to leveling up. Let's just do this one, Corel. In terms of auras, I'm not even optimized yet. I don't have a fully leveled Enlightened, so I'm not running a Wrath. So at the moment I'm just running Herald of Ice Skitterbots for the shock explosions. It is awesome and satisfying to see the explosions in the Blight maps because the monsters stack up pretty close, and you simply pop them once they're close to your towers or something. Fractured, there we go. And because of the dexterity stacking, I have about 500 dexterity at the moment. I'm getting a lot of attack speed. And if I just mouse over my tooltip, once I'm clear, so you can see 341k. And I also have Val Lightning Strike ready.
Home, but you can believe I'll defend it like any Red Blade warlord. Just use the flames. They don't burn. What manner of beast?
The arrows there, gotta be careful. Alright, so that's the clear.
Ha! You'd have been
and we
better
leveled up.
off
So
bargaining
let's get
with me
some
again.
more life. So once I get 5 points ready, I'll get all the way here, and I'll be set to sort of try to equip my chest, but at the moment I'll just get life in this way. Metamorphs, so I'll showcase a video showing the Metamorph Encounters afterwards. Again, shouldn't be any problems. We just dodge, leech, life gain on hit, all sorts of layers of defense. The only thing that you have to be worried about is the degens are pretty bad. In terms of the Ascendancy, in terms of the Pantheon, I went with this one obviously to avoid the degens, and I haven't leveled this one up fully yet.
Nothing but a few stains on the floor. All your work was for nothing, and I couldn't be
35.2% more damage. I didn't really check what the mods were. Alright, Val Lightning Strike is ready. Exalted Herb.